Off his first win and his first NFL start, Shedeur Sanders is named the starter for Cleveland's game Sunday against San Francisco.
The message we always have around here is you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
I think when you watched him, he brought energy to this football team. Played with a lot of confidence as well. Played like he should be the guy going forward.
The best thing was there was never a moment when you felt bright lights, NFL, maybe this is too big for Shedeur. And I like the fact that the Browns have declared him their starting quarterback.
We are on SportsCenter here on ESPN Radio. You can help make someone's holiday magic by participating in the ESPN Radio Toy Drive and make a toy donation. Toys for Tots. Go to espnradio.yougivegoods.com to donate now. Join ESPN Radio in making holiday magic by donating a toy, Toys for Tots, at espnradio.yougivegoods.com. Dan Orlovsky said something there. I'm glad the Browns have made Shedeur their starting quarterback. Not to mince words, but he's starting this week. Is he their starting quarterback? He should be. They should just name him the starter.
Well, if he's not the starting quarterback, then the guy that is the starting quarterback is not on the roster. That's how I look at it.
Not on the roster, not on the active roster?
Not on the roster, period.
So it's not Dillon Gabriel?
No, Dillon Gabriel's not the guy. I keep telling y'all this. Dillon Gabriel's not an NFL
Oh, that's
quarterback.
not who I was referring to.
Oh.
I was saying, if you're saying that there's another quarterback, I thought you meant Deshaun Watson, who's now back with the team on the road, serving in that on-field guidance role. I just...
Yeah, but we were told by Dan Graziano and others that Deshaun Watson is likely not going to play this year.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take the reporters at their word when it comes to that situation.
Sure.
I don't know if that means Deshaun Watson won't play for the Browns ever again, but I've taken him off the board in terms of the equation that is starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Do you believe that a guy like Shedeur, who is very much self-motivated, do you believe it's better for him to feel like he has to earn the job every week now, or better for him to mentally have the job for the rest of the season and be given a little bit more of a window?
I think Shedeur is a mentally tough guy. Basically, assigning him the starting quarterback job, what I think it does is it creates an air of enthusiasm within the rest of that locker room, within the rest of that team, where guys can feel better about the state of affairs on the offensive side of the ball. You saw the juice that the Cleveland Browns had as a team in Las Vegas. They were excited. They were literally fired up when he uncorked that bomb to Isaiah Bond and then the off-schedule throw to Jerry Jeudy. Those are plays that you haven't seen in the Cleveland Browns passing game all year long. It's been a long time since you can say the Cleveland Browns had 3 pass plays of 39 yards or more. They had explosives. That element is in their offense now. We know they can run the football, but now you're talking about them being able to push the ball down the field. It gives you hope. As a former defensive lineman, I will tell you, when I see my quarterback has the ability to be able to do that, all of a sudden now, I got a little more energy. I got a little more juice because I got hope that our quarterback can give us more than what Dillon Gabriel was giving you, which is, 5-yard checkdowns when there were completions in the passing game. Shedeur Sanders gives you a different air around that team. And labeling him the starting quarterback moving forward, I think is going to benefit every single phase of the Cleveland Browns, not just the offense.
Or just devil's advocate, does it then keep Shedeur, not that he's not motivated, but motivated week to week to continue to lock in? And does it also motivate the other guys on the team to continue to play at that high level for him? To say he's giving us this juice, we feel more confident in him under center. If week to week we don't know if it's going to be him, let's go out there and make sure we leave it all out there so that he's going to be the guy moving forward.
Well, I just think that the quarterback is capable of making winning plays now. It's not like the defense has to be great. We all understand that. But the defense now has a little more margin for error because the explosive plays in the passing game help you overcome mistakes. And I think that's the part that is understated when it comes to the situation with the Cleveland Browns. They couldn't throw the ball down the field. Dillon Gabriel literally could not throw the ball down the field. Like when it comes to throws of 10 yards or more, like he was dead last in the NFL during the span where he was starting 6 games. So you now have a quarterback in Shedeur Sanders that's going to give you that. Now, are you going to have to deal with growing pains? Absolutely. The pick that he threw to Charles Snowden, that defensive end dropping off in the coverage, it was a zone pressure. That's just something that he's going to have to learn on the job. That's That's new for him. You don't see those types of schemes at the collegiate ranks very often. So I do think that it will be uneven, but you have seen progress from his first regular season game action to his second regular season game action, from the second half against the Baltimore Ravens to what we saw against the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm excited to see how he builds on his performance in Week 12 going into Week 13 against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, those practice reps and game experience helped.
It's a completely different animal, and he talked about it a little bit, Smalls.
Yeah.
He talked about it. The speed of the game is different, and it takes some getting used to. You got to make the adjustment. But as he gets in the game more, as he has the game plan more tailored to his strengths, it does a couple of things. Number one, he's going to get acclimated, but the other thing is that the players around him are going to get more comfortable working with him. So I do think the best is yet to come this season for Shedeur Sanders, and we shouldn't be surprised if we see exponential growth from him.
They're in a very unique situation for a myriad of reasons. So when you look at the Cleveland Browns, their defense is excellent, as we know. If you look at their 2025 draft, one of the great drafts we've seen in the last 10 years in terms of how many guys that they got that are good players, okay? In addition, we also know that Dylan Gabriel's play will not prevent them from drafting a quarterback next year. They have 2 picks. Remember, they have Jacksonville's, which is 22, and their own, which is 6 right now. But could Shedeur's play prevent them from drafting a QB next year? And I think what the goal should be, and this may become a new thing in the NFL, is when you think of bridge quarterback, who do you think of? Or what type of quarterback do you think of? If I say to you, a team needs a bridge quarterback, or is going for a bridge quarterback, or has a bridge quarterback, what kind of player comes to mind to you?
A guy who's serviceable, who can get the job done, but it's never going to be a controversy when you're ready to go with your young rookie.
Okay, so age-wise?
Yeah, veteran guy.
Veteran. I think that we may be trending towards the young bridge quarterback. I actually don't know that the goal for Shedeur right off the bat needs to be become a superstar. It needs to be good enough to be the bridge quarterback to then become the superstar. How do you do that? All of the picks they have, loading up the entire team where it makes it easier to actually perform at the highest of levels. I don't know that San Francisco thought Brock Purdy, bad day to do this, but I don't know that San Francisco thought Brock Purdy was going to become a superstar quarterback. I think they probably thought as a rookie or second-year guy, he's a pretty good bridge quarterback for us until we find the guy. Oh, wait, he is the guy, because they were able to load up the rest of the team with all kinds of great players. If Shedeur Sanders can be good enough to be a bridge quarterback, that allows them to use 2 first-round picks this year to help him make his life easier. Think about Tyler Shuck in New Orleans. I think he's a young bridge quarterback. I think they drafted a second-round bridge quarterback. He's not the guy of the future. He's not a superstar quarterback. So I think when you look at this, let's change expectations slightly. Could Shedeur become a superstar? Sure. Does he need to right off the bat? No. What he needs to do is be good enough to be a bridge quarterback so they can use 2 first-round picks to make someone a star quarterback.
So what does that look like? What is the bar?
Okay, so double the touchdown... 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Let's start there.
Okay.
Right? So, I don't know. How many more games do they have? How many more games are he going to play?
They've got 6 more games.
6 more games.
Yeah.
So,
he's got to play all 6 of those games.
12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I mean, that's kind of where I would go on that. And I think I would look at it that way. We'll talk to Dan Graziano about that. Plus, he was there for the big middle finger. We'll explain what that means next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance.
The College Football Playoff.